Hey, what's up, everybody? Frederick Pogue here. So, when it comes to Pete Hegseth and Mike Waltz and even Vance on the Atlantic leak, Democrats need to act like Republicans, 100%. Now, what do I mean by that? They need to go on offense relentlessly, especially with some of these special elections if they take back the House. They need to pivot anytime they're asked a question about anything back to Pete Hegseth and Vance and Mike Waltz. They need to say they can't protect America. They don't care about our troops. They don't care about this country. They're willing to sell us out to foreign adversaries. And they need to say it over and over and over. They need to say it so much people get sick of it. They need to say it so much corporate media gets sick of it. Because every time they ask them a question, whether it's about the economy, whether it's about judicial appointments, whether it's about the weather, they need to pivot back to this Atlantic leak every single time. And they need to be unfair about it. Oh, they need to be decidedly unfair. None of this, well, the truth, will set us free and everybody will appreciate it. Nope. You need to just be, they don't care about this country. They don't care about our troops. They'd sell us out to a foreign adversary. And you need to say it over and over and over. Because they're not ever going to play by your rules. They're not going to come before any kind of Senate hearing, or they're not going to come before a House committee hearing. None of that. But you still need to issue the subpoenas, and you need to issue them every day. And every time you are asked about it, you need to say, they do not care about this country, they do not care about our troops, and they would sell us out to any foreign adversary with money. Because here's the thing, they'll cave. Trump will throw them to the wolves because they're not Trump. And when they do, and you have the facts on your side, that's when you hit them with the facts. That's when you hit them with the hammer blow, because that's when everybody's going to be watching. And unless you play this game that way, it's just going to pass on. And they're not going to be held accountable. Because in order to make them accountable, because we're in the minority, we got to play this game rough. We got to play it pretty dirty. We got to play it mean. And for a lot of Democrats, that's not in their nature. We need to present a contrast. Every time people are at town halls, you need to praise Democrats that are at those town halls. And you need to make a contrast with those Republicans and paint it with as broad a brush as you possibly can. Well, they're not taking town halls because, like Pete Hegseth and Vance and Mike Waltz, they don't care about this country. They don't care about our troops. They don't care about making you safe. And they will sell us out to foreign adversaries for any amount of money. Because that's who they are. You paint the contrast by saying, Tim Waltz wouldn't do that. Pete Buttigieg wouldn't do that. Tammy Duckworth wouldn't do that. Why? Well, because they've served. And they care about our troops. And they care about keeping you safe. And they care about this country. And they would never sell us out to a foreign adversary for any amount of money. But not Pete Hegseth, not Vance, and not Mike Waltz. Because they don't care about this country. They don't care about you. They don't care about keeping you and your family safe. And they will sell us out to any foreign adversary no matter how much money they get. Because that's who they are. And that's how Democrats need to talk about this. And I sure hope they do. Because if they do, we might just hold them accountable. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Keep the faith, defend democracy, and I'll see you later.